Let's go, baby! So the kids and I decided to go to the Mecum Dallas auction, and it was awesome. As soon as you walk in the door, there's Dodge representing with a sweet SRT Hellcat, and we got to take a look at that. And of course, my favorite of the show, or close to favorite, was the Black Ghost. This sold for $176,000. I was just a couple dollars short, or I probably would have bought it. Just kidding, can't afford it. And then next, also sold for $110,000, is 2020 Shelby GT350. That thing was beautiful. And there's a few more old school muscle cars. And then coming up is another awesome 23 Charger King Daytona. And this one didn't go. The bidding went to $160,000. It was a no sale, but it sure was fun to look at. And that wasn't the only King Daytona in the auction. They had another one that did make a sale. We'll get to that in a minute. And here is a 2023 Dodge Challenger Swinger in sexy F8 green with the shaker hood. And the bidding went on at $65,000. It was a no sale. That's not enough to buy that gorgeous car. Not today. And there's Dodge's table. I was able to sign up and hopefully win $100,000, but we'll see. And here's a beautiful Aston Martin that went, that's a 2017 DB11, of course. And next to that was a 2022 Ford Shelby GT500 Heritage Edition. And next to that, two sexy Ford GTs. Look at those beautiful cars. Wow, that one sold for $374,000. And of course, I'm a Viper fan. If you follow the channel, you know I used to have an RT10, but I could not afford this ACR, 165 grand, but it sure was beautiful. And check out this sexy 2018 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. Just a paltry $401,500. And the star of the show, at least in my eyes, was going to be this McLaren Speedtail, but it said the bid went on at $2 million. $2 million wasn't enough. That's crazy because I bid $1 million. I thought I would have it. But truthfully, it was really neat to see one in person. Obviously, that's the first one I'd ever seen, and it always had a crowd around it. After we turn the corner, of course, there's C3s as far as the eye can see. And I'm a huge C3 fan. My very first Corvette was a 1979 Corvette, and I loved it. While I was checking those out, of course, my kids said, "Hey, Dad, I see a Ferrari." So, of course, we went to check out this 2002 Ferrari 360 Spider, $69,300. You can have a Ferrari for under 70 grand? Oh, man, what have I been doing? And, of course, there's another Ferrari next to that, a 2011 Ferrari California, $110,000. This car gets a lot of flack, but it's so beautiful. I would take it. These next two luxury cars, I guess you got to really know it to appreciate it, but this 2009 Rolls-Royce Phantom, this car, brand new, in 2009 was probably over $380,000. And now here it is for $82,000. That's crazy. That is so much car. And if you haven't ever seen a Rolls-Royce in person, it's amazing how tall they are and how just big and just majestic it is. And of course, you can't forget about the Maybach next to that. That went for 46 grand. That car was $330,000 new probably. It's insane. Okay, feast your eyes on this bad boy. 2012 BMW X6. Yeah, it sold. Somebody paid just under $21,000 for this thing. And you want to know what size the spinners are? 30 inches. Those things are huge. And the next one, everybody's going to recognize this icon. 1968 Dodge Charger, $57,000. You got yourself a General Lee like Bo and Luke Duke. Just don't be getting stopped by old Roscoe Pico Train Cool. And look at this Scooby-Doo van, $31,900 for that 74 Chevy van. That's crazy. And of course, I couldn't get enough of the Rolls Royces. I'm telling you, this is insane. 2004 Rolls-Royce Phantom, under 100 grand. What a depreciation. Look at this thing. You want people to get out of your way? Check this out. 97 Hummer H1 in like Arctic camo. with a big gun mounted on top, yeah, traffic is meaningless now. People will just move out of your way with this thing. It was really cool though. And next up, look at this 1976 Pontiac Trans Am SE. And it said the bid went on $37,000. I think if somebody would have got that for $37,000, that would have been a good deal, because this car looked really nice. And it had the Screaming Eagle on the hood, black and gold. I'm actually pretty sure it's the Bandit's fault for the way I drive today. I'm going to say that. And the bid went on for this 1985 Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet. Obviously, the Cabriolets aren't as popular as the Targa Tops, but still, sexy car. Love an old Porsche. And I'm jealous. Somebody got this 22 Dodge Challenger SRT Jailbreak for $110,000 in the beautiful blue. And look at that supercharger. Oh, I want one so bad. This cool red 71 Porsche 911T drove by, and I was like, wait a minute, is that a 959 convertible? I don't know what it was. I was confused. And this 2016 Porsche 911 Turbo S and the 2015 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S Cabriolet, both of those didn't sell, but sexy cars. I love the Porsche 911s. Maybe one day I can finally get me one. And look at this, 1994 Dodge Viper RT10 Roadster. And I've owned two Dodge Vipers, and man, I really miss my RT10. Every time I see one, I'm like, oh, what was I thinking selling that thing? And this one went for $46,000 too. The Gen 1s, I tell you, those are the ones to get right now, because eventually they've got to go up. They have to. This 1969 Dodge Charger RT is gorgeous. I love that blue, $151,000. And check out the 23 F-150 Hennessy 6x6. Didn't sell, $225,000. Wow. And my kids couldn't get enough of the Ferraris. This 2010 Ferrari California convertible. Bid went on $80,000, but that's cool because look next to it. A 2011 Ferrari California convertible, $81,400. That one sold. So if you want a California drop top, there it is. We love the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis. We just don't get to see those much where we are. So it is really cool. Look at my daughter's face. She was excited. Checking out the Ferraris, my son said, Dad, come check it out. There's a Lamborghini over here. 2015 Lamborghini Huracan LP610. That car was beautiful. We love the wrap, love the orange accents. And like I said, we don't just see Lamborghinis every day where we're at. So having Ferraris and Lamborghinis around us and stuff, we were just having a ball. And this one is just super sexy. Look at the orange highlights around the back. Man, I like that a lot. But everybody knows, yeah, Lamborghinis are cool, but this is Mopar life, baby. Look at this 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. Sold for $154,000. Yeah, that car's 5 years old, and it's $150,000. But it's a Dodge Demon, so who cares? Look how beautiful that is. The wide body, the black matte on the top, the hood, the roof. It is beautiful. Man, they had a couple of these Demons there, and they were all sexy. This 23 RT Daytona didn't sell for $48,000, but next to it, the 2022 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat did sell for $80,000, and I love that color and the wide body. So gorgeous. And if you've ever played any racing game at all, then you recognize this 2016 Ford Mustang Cobra Jet, which I always had to try and get in the games because it was unbeatable. It was the fastest car you could get, and it didn't sell for $65,000, and I kind of see why, because it probably should be a lot more than that because it's gorgeous. It's a Cobra Jet. Now, anybody who knows me knows I'm a Corvette guy, love C3s, but my God, look at this. 78 Corvette Pace Car Edition, $55,000. That car is gorgeous. I've always wanted one. And of course now they're completely out of my price range and I'll never be able to afford one probably because they're just going to go up. I loved this 83 Datsun 280Z. And so did someone else, $31,900. But look at this classic JDM. I mean, that's beautiful. Love the color scheme. As soon as I saw this 1988 Porsche 928, I thought risky business. But the original one from the movie sold a couple years ago at auction for $1.9 million. This one's $33,000. These are going to go up in value for sure, no doubt. And this one was a good buy. A 1996 Corvette Collector Edition for $15,400 convertible. That's a good purchase right there. And this 2002 Trans Am WS6 convertible didn't sell. Bid went to $20,000. Man, have these things gone up. That is crazy. You used to go buy these for cheap. Now look at them. Here comes another awesome 2018 Challenger SRT Demon. Look at this in beautiful black. $159,500. Man, these Demons were bringing the money. But, of course, they're Dodge Demons. And to me, these are timeless. 1987 Buick Grand National, one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car at the time when it was out. And my cousin Wayne had one of these. Wayne, if you're watching this video, why did you sell that car? Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that motor and that turbocharger. That is awesome looking. Look at this 2023 Challenger Swinger in manual and shaker in Sublime. 70 grand wasn't enough to buy it, but that's okay. They were proud of the Dodges, but they should be because they are hot right now. I'm not sure if anybody remembers this color, but it was called Fairway Green, and they made it in 1998 on the C5 Corvette. This one sold for $16,500, and it's a pretty unique color. You definitely kind of got to like green. It's not like the Polo Green, but it's still pretty cool. Here's another one of my favorites, the 99 Trans Am 30th Anniversary Edition. I have always loved the livery on this. The white with the blue chrome wheels, white interior, sexy car. And my cousin Wayne, he had one of these too. Wayne, do you remember that time that we got in trouble racing our cars on the freeway when you had this Trans Am? Yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that. This 2016 Mercedes AMG GTS kind of flies under the radar, but these suckers were pretty fast, and at 74 grand, that's about half its MSRP when it came out. 4-liter twin turbo. 1984 Ferrari 308 GTSI Quattro Valvole. Yeah, that's the Magnum PI car. Not the one from the show, but like the one on the show. And if I bought this, of course, I would need a mustache immediately. And I stuck my nose in there and smelled it, and oh man, it smells like 1984 in that thing. And I loved it. Man, that would be really cool to have, except for I don't think I could keep up with the maintenance on something like that. But it may be fun trying. And across the floor is this 2004 Lamborghini Gallardo. And this one was a no sale. The bid went on at $80,000. I can't imagine it would take a whole lot more to buy that car. But I did a track day when I had my Corvette Z06 up against some of these Lambos. And it was really fun watching them, just that raw power. And speaking of Z06s, here's a C5 Z06, but this one's a 2001. That went for $18,700. It's amazing. These things are holding their value so good. I sold mine several years ago and kind of regret it, like I do all of them. And then check this out, 1976 Trans Am. Man, I would love this car. I swear I would blast Kid Rock from the speakers on this thing every single day, all day long, every time I was in it. That is so gorgeous. And I had to stand up straight when I saw this 84 Cadillac Fleetwood limo with the presidential stuff on it. And I saw President Reagan in there. Well, Nancy, let's ride in the back of our limo. That thing was pretty cool, but I couldn't believe it went for $44,000. I don't know what's special about it, but it is really neat. I just love this 2010 SRT8, and I think this was a good buy. This car only had 16,000 miles on it. I think 30,000 is a good buy on this, and these cars are just going to go up. I think they're going to be collectors and just keep going up in value, especially with the electric thing coming. I love these originals. Now, if you think I wouldn't pay the money to buy this 97 Supra Fast and Furious replica, 44 grand, you're crazy, because I would just drive it around looking awesome, calling everybody family, and every time I pulled up next to another cool car, I would ask them, what's the retail on one of those? I love these things. I grew up in the Fast and Furious era. Even though they've gotten completely ludicrous right now, I still love them. Of course, this was a right-hand drive import, but the livery was Fast and Furious, and it looked awesome. This 1969 Camaro SS was parked way in the back of the convention center. This was an early auction. This was a Wednesday auction. And I was like, man, that car is gorgeous. Started checking it out. $126,000. But man, look at it. Murdered out on the outside. Beautiful red interior. Oh, that was hot. And I think I missed the boat on these Impalas. This is a 95 Impala SS. Bid went on $18,000. Wasn't enough to buy it. And yeah, to most people, it's probably just a big boat, but these big boats are coming back. Look at what's happening to the Buick Roadmasters. People are paying all kinds of crazy money for those things, and my grandfather had one. This is a 2007 Lamborghini Gallardo Nera edition, and it's just crazy to think you can get into a Lamborghini for well under 100 grand. This one didn't sell for 82, but like I said, probably for 100,000 you're in an exotic car. I mean, Lambos are exotic, and you can be driving one around. It's just crazy. I need to win the lottery. And if I do, I'll add this to the fleet too, a 2019 Corvette ZR1. This car is gorgeous, and it wasn't enough to buy it here at this auction. 130 the bid went on, but man, that's a sexy car. And here's Dodge cars doing Dodge things. A 2023 Charger King Daytona last call, like the one we saw earlier. And these things sticker, I think, are like $100, maybe $102,000, $105,000. This one went for $159,500. They're just so sought after. The wide body Hellcats, last call, Dodge muscle. I mean, it's like they can almost ask anything they want. And I think some of them are, because they're not selling because it's just too much. And here's another Big Daddy 1970 Dodge Charger General Lee. And this one went for substantially more than the other one, I guess, because of the year. And it would seem like it was in a lot better condition. And if you look under the hood, you can see the big horns that play the Dixie. And this was just a really nice example. And I've got an autograph of John Schneider that I proudly hang in the garage because as a kid, very influential to me. I love driving fast and doing Dukes of Hazzard stuff. 1976 Porsche 911S Targa really takes me back. I test drove one of these like, oh man, probably 20 years ago. And I chickened out because it didn't have power steering and brakes, and I was spoiled. And said, no, I'll probably crash it. And I ended up buying that 79 Corvette that I was talking about earlier. And of course, now look at these things. This is down in value at $30,000. It's crazy. This 69 Dodge Charger RT, 60 grand wasn't enough to buy it. I don't blame them. Look at that. I mean, the stripe matches the roof. The paint is gorgeous. And of course, it's a 69 Dodge Charger RT. What's not to love about it? Super sexy, man. Dodge has just been making these hot cars for a long time. That Dodge muscle, hard to beat. That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. I'll take it. I know I'm a Mopar guy, but I was enthralled with this 2014 Shelby GT500 Super Snake Signature Edition wide body. Oh, it's beautiful. And check it out. Of course, they had a Batmobile replica, 1979 Lincoln Continental Batmobile replica, and it sold. And guess what? Batman and Robin also sold. I thought it was like a display with the car, but they sold that separately. Batman went for like $2,000 and Robin went for $1,000 or $1,200 or something like that. So I would imagine the guy bought all of them, but who knows? Now I can say, even though I love Dodge Vipers, I've never really been a big fan of this generation. But this 2005 Dodge Viper sold for about $55,000. And yeah, that's higher than they were selling for maybe 7 years ago or so. But I kind of think these are going to go up because they are awesome. Well, other than the Black Ghost, here's my other two favorites at the show. This 2022 Challenger SRT Superstock. The bid goes on because it's not high enough for it's a Superstock. And then, of course, this black 2023 Challenger SRT Superstock. I can't get enough of those. I love those wheels. 807 horsepower. I mean, come on. That's insane. You can just go down to the Dodge dealer and buy something like this. Of course, well, you can't, I guess, because everybody's marking them way up. But anyway, those are my two favorites, the Super Stocks and the Black Ghost. And we just had such a great time. And there I am with my Black Ghost that I was hoping for. And look, my shirt even matches. But Dodge did us right. We got a tattoo. Me and my daughter got matching tattoos. And we proudly showed off our Mopar life and our love of Mopars while we were at the car show. So thanks for watching. If you get a chance, go check out an auction. They are so much fun.